everybody, it's Jaden, obviously. We're doing every single book I read in the year 2022. So let's light a candle. Cheers. I read 20 books in the year of 2022, and it feels great, honestly, because before this year, I read maybe a couple of words in a book every month, maybe once every 3 months. So I'm very happy that I started reading regularly and stay consistent with it. Let's start with the first book that I read this year. I have every book that I read and the rating for them here on Notion. So these first 5 books, they're in a category of their own. So we have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I really don't have any opinion on the Harry Potter book besides how amazing they are. And they were all 5 stars because you can't give Harry Potter anything else but a 5 stars in my opinion, because they're so good. Just get sucked into this magical fantasy world with wizards and magic spells and this boy Harry, obviously Harry Potter, fighting for his life in literally every book since the age of a baby, a couple months old, a year old, literally. I actually started this book January 8th, 2021 and finished January 6th, 2022. Move them right there. My second book of the year, oh my god, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. That book. Also a 5 out of 5 stars. This, if you don't know anything about Harry Potter, this is like when the Triwizard tournament happened and Harry was not of the age to be in this tournament, but his name was placed in the Goblet of Fire, which is the thing that is the goblet that picks the names of the students who put their names in, who gets to play. And Harry's name was picked when his name shouldn't have been in there because he's not old enough, but Harry is the main character, so something bad always has to happen to him. The next book I read was Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix and finished it March 26th. Can you blame me? This is a textbook. Next book, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Out of all the Harry Potter books, this was my favorite to read, and it is the prettiest. I just think it was really interesting when, I don't think this is a spoiler, when Harry went into like Dumbledore's memories and everything's getting pieced together and like the backstory of Voldemort. I thought that was really interesting, so that is why it's my favorite book in the series, but not my favorite movie. It's not. 5 out of 5 stars. Our next book, which is a book that I read for school, is Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson, and I gave this a 5 stars. I'm gonna read the synopsis to you. Famed lawyer and social justice advocate Bryan Stevenson offers a glimpse into the lives of the wrongfully imprisoned in his efforts to fight for their freedom in this young adult adaptation to the original #1 bestseller, which the New York Times calls as compelling as To Kill a Mockingbird, and so much more. The next book we have is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which is the last book in the Harry Potter series, and I cried so hard when I finished it. I thought the ending was so good. So yeah, I cried so hard. And if you want to go follow me on Goodreads, my review for this book is on Goodreads at Jaden of A, which is everything. That is everything on everything. So if you want to look me up on anything, that is that. I finally get to read BookTok, booktube, popular books on the internet. Sorry if you can hear my air, it just came on. Like the first book that I read after reading the Harry Potter series was a book that I was so excited to read because it's so popular, so popular, was It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Oh, this is when I realized that I can actually read books pretty fast when they're not 800 pages. This book is basically about Lily and Atlas and Ryle. Let's get to her name being Lily Blossom Bloom and her being a florist. Basically, her, Ryle, get together. Old childhood friend, lover, Atlas Corrigan, comes back. Basically, like, it's dual timeline where in the present she's with Ryle, in the past she's with Atlas. But in between that, she's writing letters Ellen DeGeneres. 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked the ending and how she was like, it ends with us. I was like, oh, okay. And the acknowledgements on how it was so like personal to Colleen Hoover and how she experienced this. So I'm not gonna trash it that much. Black Girl Unlimited by Echo Brown, which you would like, looking at the front and the back of this book, you would not think how deep and dark it was. It was so dark. I was reading this like, what in the world? I thought this was going to be a cutesy black girl book. It was a black girl book, but it wasn't cutesy. I'm gonna read the synopsis. Echo Brown is a wizard from the east side of Cleveland, where apartments are small and parents suffer addictions to the White Rocks. Okay, I don't know how I thought that was gonna be cutesy when I was reading this. Okay. Yet there is magic everywhere. That's magic. Usually magic, oh my god, cutesy bootsy loosey, like bibbidi boppy boo. It wasn't that. If you want a realistic but also deep, dark, kind of supernatural black girl book, you should get it. It has a happy ending. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, which I have a reading vlog to this if you guys want to go watch it and watch me read it, and my thoughts on everything. Has a little bit to none spoilers and a spoiler ending if you wanted to chat with me about the book. This is a book that I'm going to reread in 2023 because I need to read it again to grasp it a little bit more. Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, and I gave it when I first read it, I gave it a 4 stars. But then I watched a Clockwork Reader's video and was like, so I gave it a 3. This is about Miles and Tate. Tate's point of view in the present and Miles' point of view in the past. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Most of these books I'm talking about, if you watch my every book that I read in the summer video that I did, this book feels really good. Everybody always says that this is basically a copy of Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. 6 summers to fall in love, 1 moment to fall apart, a weekend to get it right. They say you can never go home again. And for Persephone, I literally said in my head, don't say Persephone, don't say Persephone. Persephone? I need therapy. The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I love this cover. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. And at the time when I rated this was my lowest rated book. It was okay, but there was really 0 to none for the plot. Like the plot, what were we trying to accomplish here? There was nothing plot-wise that was going on. It was just them in a beach house and her having a crush on Conrad and Jeremiah having a crush on Belly. I really don't remember. Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welsh. Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welsh. Ooh, what? Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. I loved it. It was a cute young adult book. Her mom passed away, so she's going to live with her dad in Italy. Already a plus. Italy? Be serious. Which is why it's called Love and Gelato. And she finds like this boy, and they become friends, they become more than friends, and she's trying to like figure out how to live with her dad that she just found out about. The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This book was so good. I loved every second of it. And this book is about a girl who lives with her sister, doesn't have much money, but she randomly gets this phone call or gets visited by somebody and says that she has inherited billions of dollars from this random man she's never met. And she has to go live in this estate. She gets the money. Like if she lives in this house for a year, she gets all the money with no strings. And this house is filled with secret passageways, riddles, codes, and a family that thought that they should have inherited this money. So, yes, and there's also a love triangle.
You just explained that book so good. I'm getting so good at this.
Shatter Me by Tahari Mafi. I gave this book a 2 out of 5 stars. Listen, hear me out. This book was so boring. I loved it. I loved the parts with Warner because I went into reading this book already loving Warner from all the stuff that I've seen on TikTok about Aaron Warner being the best. Adam is so boring. I bought the first one and the second one together. So you know what I had to do, which is the next book that I read. That isn't the next book I read, actually. Let me stop lying. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. A 5 out of 5 stars. Pretty and popular high school senior Andy Bell was murdered by her boyfriend, Sal Singh. I think I said his last name right. That's how I said it the whole time I was reading this book for almost 2 months, so hopefully. Who then killed himself? It was all anyone could talk about. And 5 years later, Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town. Now a senior herself, Pip decides to re-examine the closed case for her final project. At first, just to cast doubt on the original investigation, but soon she discovers a trail of dark secrets that might actually prove Sal innocent. And the line between past and present begins to blur. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life might be in danger. Unravel Me by Tahari Mafi. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. The thing that would have made this book a 5 stars was if Adam wasn't in this book. Every time he speaks or Juliet's in the presence of this man in paragraphs, I'd just be
skipping. Like, I don't want to see this man. Where's Warner at?
Better than the movies by Lynn Painter. Did you see this? What's on my book? Moving on. She needs Wes's help to help her get this other dude, don't know his name. But in the process, she realizes she doesn't want the other dude and she wants Wes. So it's basically if a rom-com was a book. Put a bow on it. 4 out of 5 stars. Can see how this is Haley Pham's favorite book. Vella for Shatter Me, which I have Unite Me, but I read Destroy Me. From Warner's point of view, gave it a 2 out of 5 stars. It was okay. I got to see Warner, but it wasn't giving me anything. This is after Destroy Me is after the first book. March with Us by Colleen Hoover. 3 stars. I give it 3 out of 5 stars. Atlas is the only thing that makes this book worth reading. That I wouldn't read this if it was just for Lily. I'm sorry, Lily Blossom Bloom. I'm so sorry. Well, that was my last book of the year. My favorite book of the year was The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and my least favorite book of the year was Shatter Me. Also, I wish Tahari would stop putting this
Woven Kingdom on her books.
Annoying, and it disrupts the aesthetic. And there. Literally crying.
That's how bad I want you to stop putting this Woven Kingdom on the front of your book. Sorry, please stop. I never thought I would cry on the internet for this, but please.
Thank you so much to any and everybody who made it to the end of this here video. It's probably like 15 minutes long. For the year is 40. Subscribe if you want to see more book videos, if you want to see me dying. I just coughed. Like, what? Subscribe, like, comment, share. I really want to start taking YouTube and social media so seriously for the new year. So if you're new, subscribe. If you're not new, hope you're subscribed. Hope everybody's having a happy new year, because I don't know when I'm posting this, but it's probably gonna be after New Year's. So
Happy New Year.